Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Iriani Putri Amalia from English Literature 2017, State University of Makassar. So today I would like to explain a little bit about my research proposal. The title is "The Figurative Language That Used in the Rich Brian's song Kids lyrics." So there are three parts that I want to explain. They are introductions, review of literature, and research method. So in the research method, there are background, research questions, object of the study, and significance of the study. So humans are the social creators who cannot live without each other. Humans communicate, get information, interact with each other using language. So language and the humans are two things that cannot be separate. Language is often used to express a person's ideas, imaginations, and feelings. A language can be expressed by someone orally or in writing. A figurative language is a language that uses words or expressions with different meanings from the literal interpretations. Figurative language is closely related to semantics. Semantics is a scientific discipline that can be used to find out the message. Semantics, as an important branch of linguistics, is indeed interesting to study, especially at the time it was applied to literary works such as songs, poetry, and prose. Literature is a work of art created by an author to express his feelings. Literature is a beautiful and imaginative work, and literature can describe a social life based on the experience, knowledge, and interpretation of the author. Song as a musical work with the spoken words has a function to express thought and feelings. In the study, the researcher will examine the use of the figurative language that contained in the lyrics of Rich Brian Kids' song. The song Kids sung by Rich Brian is a song included in the Sailor album, which has been released on the July 26 in 2019. In this research, the researcher uses several previous studies to support this research. The first is the analysis of figurative language found on the song lyric by Taylor Swift Speak Now album, which has been researched by Henny Listiani in 2015. She is the student of the State Islamic Student Institute, or STAIN, in Salatiga. The second is the figurative language analysis in the 5 John Legend song, which has been released by Khadija Arifa in 2016. She is the Maulana Malik Ibrahim State Islamic University in Malang. The third is an analysis of figurative language in the song lyric by Meher Zain, which has been researched by Qurratul Ain in 2013. She is the student of the Sheikh Nurjati State Institute for Islamic Studies. So, in the research questions, based on the background, the authors formulate the following research questions. The first, what type of the figurative language does Rich Brian's song kits contain? The second, what's the meaning of the figurative language contained in the Rich Brian song kits? Object of the study. The first, to identify the type of figurative language that's used in the Rich Brian song kits, and to describe the figurative meaning of each type of figurative expressions found in the song lyrics. The significance of the study. A study of figurative language is very interesting and challenging because it's one aspect of the language used. The study provides both theoretical and practical contributions. Theoretically, the results of this study are expected to useful and develop semantic study informations, especially figurative language. In practical terms, the results of the study are expected to the benefit to the society, the researcher herself, or provide valuable knowledge and further information or anything readers in the general, and also become the alternative reference for other researchers, especially in conducting the same research. So the next is a review of the literature. Language plays an important role in human communication. Without language, we cannot communicate with each other. According to Warthout, 1972, states that language is a system of arbitrary vowel symbols used for human communications. Language is a specific human characteristic that makes it different from the others. By using the language, people can convey their intentions, desires, messengers, and informations to the other. In a field linguistics, there are subjects that study the meaning of the sentence, which call semantics. Semantics also deals with the expressions of the linguistic objects such as words, phrases, and sentences. According to Lehler in the 1974, semantics is a study of the meaning that covers a field of study that's difficult to interpret. And figurative language is a way of saying one thing and meaning to another. It categorized as the implied meaning, because the words are used is not the real meaning, but it's a connotative meaning. According to Perrin in the 1988, figurative language is a language that cannot taken literally or shouldn't be taken literally, and say something other than the usual way in the imaginative rather than a literal sense. It's used extensively in everyday speech and writing. According to Astari in the 2016, song is a short piece of music that defines the next of the poem as important as the music and words. It can be written for one or several voices that are generally performed with instrumental. So songs have a personal quality that makes listeners react as if the personality of the song was sung for them. According to Astar in 2016 too. I'm sorry. So in the theoretical framework, the researcher will focus on the figurative language. In this study, the researcher used the theory by Keraf 2002 and 2009, Hodben di Lingga 2006, Rieske in 1966, and the Glucksberg 2001, Perrin 1969, Frederick 1988. There are kinds of the figurative language expressions such as a metaphor, personification, simile, and etc. Then the researcher chose to examine the figurative language in which some lyrics are the object. The researcher will analyze the type and meaning of the figurative language in the song that come from Rich Brian's song, Kid. So in this study, the researcher used a descriptive qualitative method. Descriptive qualitative method analysis means describing what actually happened to the procedure regarding useful method of research. According to Moleong, 2011 said that the descriptive qualitative approach doesn't apply detailed arithmetic or statistical calculations that contain sentence and object descriptions. The source of the data is song lyrics of Kids by Rich Brian. The researcher chose this song because it felt attracted to the song. There are meanings contained in the song Kids which have a positive impact on teenagers. In this research, the primary data used is the song lyrics have chosen. The secondary data are theories related to the topic and taken from some sources such as books, journal, dictionary, internet, and etc. The researcher analyzed kids' lyrics to collect the data which related to this research. Some procedures are applied in collecting data as follows. First, listening to the kids' song by Rich Brian. Do it repeatedly so the researcher can understand deeply about the song. 2. Select the figurative language and the meaning in the song. 3. Write down the data. 4. arrange data into several based on the classifications. And in doing analysis, the researcher used procedures as follows. First, identification. After collecting the data, the researcher identifies by type of the figurative language, which focus on the literal or non-literal meaning of the figurative language to facilitate data classifications. The second, classification. The researcher classifies each figurative language on the classifications. The researcher classifies each figurative language on the type of the figurative language. And data analysis. After classifying that, the researcher analyzes the data figurative language used in the Rich Brian Song kits. The stage of the data analysis are presented as the follow. Read and observe the figurative language found in the songs. And the second, the researcher lists the data that was found in the song. And the last, the researcher analyzes literal and figurative meaning to make a clear definition. So that's all for me. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.